Well, hi there. So in this video, we're going to practice with the shutdown rule, profit maximization, and all the concepts that we've learned with perfect competition. So let's get started. So this first section gives you a graph and asks you a series of questions about this perfectly competitive market, about the profit maximizing firm in a perfectly competitive market for good X. Calculate the firm's total fixed cost. So we know fixed cost is AFC times any quantity. And so we're going to look for where can I find the AFC? Well, between the ATC and the AVC, and that's here 20 down to 11, and that occurs at quantity 8. So I'm going to do 20 minus 11 times 8, and that is 9 times 8, which is 72. And there's a couple of places that you could find it. You could also do 21 minus 9 times 6, and you would get the same answer, right? 21 minus 9 is 12. 12 times 6 is 72. So you could find it there. You can also find it here, 26 minus 8 times 4. 26 minus 8 is 14, 26 minus 8 is 18. 18 times 4 is 72. So they gave you actually a couple of places where you could find this information. You can't do it with the 10th quantity one because they don't give you a value for the ATC with that one. So you can't do it with that one. You can do it with 4, 6, or 8. Identify the firm's profit maximizing quantity and price. That's going to be where MR equals MC. And this firm is producing because we can see that Mr. DARP is above the average variable cost. So the firm is going to produce price 14 and quantity 6. Price 14, quantity 6. I'm going to put price $14, quantity 6. Calculate the firm's economic profit at the quantity identified in part B. So we know that it's going to be the price minus the ATC times the quantity. This is going to be one where you have actually the ATC is above the price. And so we know that we're going to compare ATC of 21 to 14. And so we could do 14 minus 21, right? 14 minus 21. And 14 and 21 are occurring here at quantity 6. And so that is equal to negative 7 times 6, which is negative $42. Identify the lowest price at which the firm would continue to produce. That's the bottom of the AVC, and so that's occurring at price $8. And it does ask for an explanation because we can say because price below AVC, firm should shut down. Is kind of the easiest way to say that. They lose less money. They lose less. There's a couple of other ways we could kind of say that. We would say that if the price were below $8, then that's lower than their shutdown price. There's a couple of different kind of explanations that would suffice for this. Assume a perfectly competitive firm is currently producing 100 units. Its marginal cost is 6 and rising at that quantity. So I know that it's the upward sloping part of a marginal cost curve. AVC is 7, AFC is 3. If the product's price is 6, what should the firm do? So first off, I know that the price here, 6, I'm going to compare that to the AVC, 7. And because price is less than the AVC, then the firm should shut down. A firm's cost and output are given in the table at right. What's the lowest price that the firm will produce? So on this one, again, what's the average variable cost is going to tell me the answer here. 20 over 1 is 20. 30 over 2 is 15. 48 over 3 is, why am I having a brain fart? 16? Yes, 3, 10. Yeah, I don't know why that was hard for me. 4 times 72 is 18. And then we have 20. And so the lowest price at which the firm would produce would be $15. Right? And again, so it's literally just as simple as figuring out the average variable cost and what's the lowest average variable cost. If it goes below that, then the firm's better off shutting down. On the island of Gratin, like potatoes, potato au gratin, potatoes are produced in a perfectly competitive industry. The market for potatoes is long-run equilibrium at a price per $5 per sack. Draw a graph of the market, and for farmer Aaron, label the market quantity price, quantity produced, and his price. Okay, shouldn't be too bad. I wonder about the land of Gratin. Do you have cheese in the land of Gratin? You like cheesy potatoes? I like cheesy potatoes. Really? Who doesn't like cheese, I guess? I mean, if you were lactose intolerant, which a large portion of the world is lactose intolerant. So we did say it's $5 per sack. So this is our market. And then we have Aaron over here. I guess we could call him Aaron, but I called him a firm. And so we also know he's selling at $5, and that's his marginal revenue and his demand. And then we're going to need here a marginal cost curve. That's telling us Aaron's quantity produced. And I realized I skipped the quantity in the market. Q sub M. And so we've done the Q sub m, we did the market price, we did Aaron's quantity, and we did his price. And now Groton's government imposes a binding price floor at $7 per sack, with the government purchasing all the excess potatoes. Show the price floor, label the new market quantity produced, QM2, Aaron's new quantity, and the profit earned by Aaron shaded completely. Well, a price floor is above the equilibrium. And so this would be at $7. So I'm going to put P sub F here. Although they didn't ask us to do that, I just wanted to kind of label that as price floor. I'll put PFL to distinguish it from Aaron's price. And that actually continues for Aaron, right? We know that that produces for Aaron. And by the way, Aaron is in long run equilibrium. We forgot that. And so Aaron does have an ATC that's going to be coming down and coming back up. It tells us here that they're in long run equilibrium. And so we should have an ATC showing that he's breaking even. Now, on the graph, we're showing the price floor. We did that. We've labeled the new market quantity produced as QM, the quantity produced as QM2. And of course, we know that the market's only going to want to buy this amount and the government's buying that quantity. Aaron's new quantity will be where the new MR equals MC. So that's going to be QF2. And the profit earned by Aaron is going to come down from his new Mr. DARP down to the ATC and over. And we're going to shade that little rectangle. And once again, we want to be very careful that our ATC has a nice kind of steep shape to it. It could be V-shaped. This is maybe not as nice. Some graders get fussy when it's really V-shaped like that. They prefer it to have a little bit of a U. But again, the more kind of a V shape, actually, the easier it is to be able to do this particular type of graph. So hopefully this helped you with a little bit more practice with perfect competition. I'll see you next time.